have already passed, but every day is another opportunity to celebrate the incredible women who inspire us. And here in the PVL, we get that inspiration on court every single match. These players play with heart, with passion, and with power, showing us what it means to rise. Welcome back to the PVL. This is the heart of volleyball.
Step aside, I own this night. 차가운 시선도 out of sight. Pulse in my vein, it's electric gold. 내 불빛은 never cold. Light it up, no turning back. 세상 내 무대 track. 숨길 수 없어 내 vibe, so real the energy you gonna feel. I'm invincible, nothing can break me. Limitless flow, don't try to chase me. Crash like a wave, wild and free. 이 무대 위, I'm all you see. Invincible, na 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 na. Yeah, na 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 na. Invincible, na 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 na. Na 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 na. 늦지 않아.
Good afternoon, PVL fans. Live here at the PhilOil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City. On your screens right now, we have Savvy Davison of the PLDT high-speed hitters coming off a massive 32-point performance. And on the other side, Jean Assis, the leading wings with 12 points last match. Two teams with something big at stake as we enter the final stretch of the preliminary round. Let's take a look at the games today at 4 p.m. As of the moment, it's the PLDT high-speed hitters going against the Galleries Tower High Risers. And at 6:30 p.m., much awaited game as well. We have the Farm Fresh Foxies against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Now, hello everybody. Thank you for watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference on the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Alexis Tinsay at your service, together with my partner, Noreen Go, and of course our courtside reporter, Kyla Kingsu. How are things heated up today, Kyla?
Oh, well, the energy is great in the dugouts. Vibes are high. As you said, we're nearing the end of this round. So these two teams, they just want to give their all here.
And you know what? We're feeling the heat of the race as of the moment. And Noreen, looking at the standings, anything can actually happen as everybody's racing into the top four.
Yeah, anything, you're right. Anything can still happen, actually, because when you look at the standing, you'll feel that there are some teams that are assured, right? Could be they have a stronger chance. But teams like Galleries with 2 and 4, they still have an outside chance, you know? They just have to win all their remaining games. It's a hard feat, but if you want to make it to the top 4, you have to start winning. But it doesn't end there. There's still the play-in tournament, so a lot can still happen.
You're right. Every set and every game as of the moment, starting on now, is a challenge. Now, PLDT is right in the thick of the race of the top 4, and a win today could strengthen their position. And a lot of it coming from the massive scoring explosion of no other than Savvy Davison.
Well, ever since we were introduced to Savvy Davison, we can say she's super full on. Like 100%, 110%, and in that game against Farm Fresh, you mentioned earlier, 32 points, but she had a triple-double. She had 12 digs and 13 receptions. So very versed out there. She's going to continue to lead her team and hopefully bring the crown back to PLDT.
You're right. And watching PLDT's 5-set win, it's not just about Savvy. Now, for more on how the high-speed hitters are actually building off that performance, Kyla actually got to talk to them and saw what went down with that intense 5-set battle.
I know, I mean, Alexis and Noreen, big games like that, 5-setters like that. It was actually PLDT's first 5-setter, and the spotlight naturally turned to Savvy Davison. We talked about that game. She told me she can't say that she's actually surprised with how Farm Fresh played, because she was obviously expecting them to put out a great fight. It's just that it was more on PLDT's side, their lapses, their errors, and the team actually took accountability for that. Savvy told me, buti na lang they were able to figure it out and get their rhythm back before it was too late in the 5th set, but it was pretty too close for her liking. But of course, she wouldn't have been able to do that without the help of her teammates, because when you talk about PLDT, it's always about their defense. That has been their foundation, their backbone for this conference. And when you look at Kim Kennedy and Kath Arado, the numbers they they put up in their previous match also stood out. I mean, Kim was able to put up 5 blocks. I think that's her highest tally so far this conference. And if the opposing team was able to go past the net, Kath Arada was also all across the court, so really defense has been the key for PLDT. And interestingly, they told me that today they're looking forward to another possibly long match. Of course, they want to avoid that, but they said it's a good thing Farm Fresh was able to train them, to prepare them as they head onto this one.
You know what, Kyla? We are up and excited for a long match.
Yeah.
May it be short or long, we're so excited for the heat of the volleyball as if everyone is really racing into the Final Four. Now, moving over to the other side, someone's actually really reliable, and it is the leadership and the vision of Julia Coronel. I know we can't stop talking about her, but given all the help that she's doing for her team, even against the league's toughest opponents.
Yeah, what I love about Julia Coronel, I remember watching a feature, no, Kyla and Alexis, about when she was saying, kaya na eh. You know, she has confidence already in her team. But it's a journey, you know,
Right.
baby steps. But she has been leading 16 excellent sets. But 6 points goes to show she's very aggressive. She really wants to lead her team. So she's going to continue to guide her teammates, being the captain, and hopefully have a better ending this conference.
You're right. What she does best is leading by
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
And we're so happy to share to the PVL fans that we get to know her a little bit better as she actually goes back to her most special moments and ranks it. So let's watch this.
Hi, I'm Julia Coronel, and this is Rank It. First moment. Oh my gosh, ano to? So itong first moment, I remember this. This was during our quarterfinals.
Cal was there, tough set. Good thing Faith was there to cover. Laksina.
Sobrang nakakatuwa lang din na first quarterfinals ko to in the pros. And I think, yeah, this was my very first conference. Thankfully, nakaabot kami sa quarterfinals, and this just means so much to me. And especially in these like crunch time moments, these big moments, yung naka-block ka, sobrang sarap sa feeling talaga. Next! I remember this one.
Galleries Tower High Risers officially join the winning column here in
Oh
the
my
All-Filipino.
gosh, ang sarap sa feeling. Nakakaiyak naman. This was the very first win na na-experience ko with this team. This was against Capital One sa Cebu. And sobrang sarap din talaga nito sa feeling. Feeling ko ito yung number 1 ko. Rank number 1. Kasi, again, first win ko in the conference, in my pro career. And nalala ko, nag-player of the game pa ako nito. And ito yung nakasunod-sunod ako na service ace. Di ko alam paano nangyari yun. Pero, wow, thank you, Lord.
Hirap.
Yeah, this was naman our very first
Coronel with the attack.
as a spiker. Okay, this was our very first game in the All-Filipino Conference. My very first year in the PVL. In a way, may times nakakahugot din ako ng kumpiyansa pag nakaka-atake ako ng maayos or nakaka-score ako. Kasi nga, given my height and my reach, talagang it's an asset that I can use for my team.
Coronel with the
Coronel
attack.
Montronquillo.
So I would rank this as number 2. Number 1 yung nanalo kami. And then number 3 yung nakadalawang sunod na block ako kay Ate Ivy in the quarterfinals.
You know what, Noreen? I luckily got to cover most of the Galleries Tower High Riser games, and I saw how evident her growth was up until now from day 1. And with that, more on Galleries Tower High Risers. Let's take a look at how Kyla heard it from them, exactly how our team captain is looking at the glass currently half full.
Exactly, Alexis and Reno. Julia's actually my batchmate, so it's so amazing to see her grow from LaSalle to here, leading her team in the PVL. We talked about the 2 wins that her team has in this conference, and she told me they're really holding on to those 2 wins as a confidence booster. I mean, the journey hasn't been easy with different system, different coaches, and revamped lineup overall, but she told me those 2 wins are really a sign that, you know, they're on the right track, slowly but surely they are getting there. And of course, we also talked about the previous game, which was against Creamline Pool Smashers. And with a tough opponent like that, she was forced to look at the positives of that game, and that was definitely seeing her teammates shine. I mean, we had Jean Assis and Erica Deloria really giving their best. They're both in double digits and really maximizing the opportunity given to them both. I mean, Jean with 12 points and Erica with 11 points. And these two, I also got to catch up with them, and they told me that today it's another tough opponent, a new challenge, but they are totally embracing it and welcoming it as an opportunity for growth. And Alexis and Irene, it's going to be pretty an exciting game. What are your thoughts about how the Galleries will be going up against PLDT here?
You know what? It's pretty intense.
No, but based on the past games we're in, a lot of the games were stretched to 5 sets, 4 sets. It's like you can't count anyone out there.
Yes,
It's
right.
going to be a long fight, and because of what's at stake, the top 4 and Galleries needing to win, it's going to be a good
You know what,
game.
especially with Galleries Tower having that huge sense of urgency
Yeah.
as of the moment. You know what, Kyla, we can actually talk to our PVL fans, right?
Exactly. Before we get into the action, we want to say thank you to our fans online, especially those watching us on the Pilipinas Live app. Kaya naman, there's actually a live poll right below the stream where you guys can answer our question of the game. And today we are asking which team will be sharper on their attacks. Again, which team will be sharper on their attacks? Will it be the PLDT high-speed hitters or the Galleries Tower high risers? You can answer that right below the stream or join in our conversation online using our official hashtag PVL2026. Now, Alexis and Irene, let's not keep our fans waiting. It's an exciting day.
You're right. So plenty of storylines to watch this afternoon. Again, momentum for PLDT, urgency for Galleries Tower, and we will get you closer to the first serve when we come back here at the heart of volleyball, the PVL.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. We are 3/4 of the way in our preliminary round, and we have 2 matches for you for today. For match number 33, let us welcome our PLDT high-speed hitters and their challengers, our Galleries Tower high risers. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Erlindo Yusef. Second referee, Mr. Bobby Celso. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our PLDT high-speed hitters. Entering with jersey number 3, Mika Irene Reyes. At number 5, Aliyah Jan Malaluan. Wearing jersey number 6, Savannah Dawn Davison. At number 9, Kim Fajardo. Wearing jersey number 10, Mary Joy Baron. And number 11, Kim Kiana D. Starting libero is their team captain, number 8, Kathleen Faith Arado. The head coach, Mr. Ralph Benson Repaport. Calling on our Galleries Tower high risers. Their team captain wears jersey number 5, Julia Cyril Coronel. At number 8, Aiza Pontillas. Wearing jersey number 9, Gail Pascual. At number 10, Jean Asis. Number 12 is Rosel Baliton. And at number 17, Erica Jean Deloria. Starting libero is number 16, Dolly Grace Versosa. Head coach, Mr. Clarence, Coach Aying Estera. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board. Match number 33.
You are watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference. The high-speed hitters are heating up at the right time, entering this matchup with a 5-1 record and riding a 2-game winning streak. And we have a similar starter here for our PLDT high-speed hitters. Now on the other side of the court, the Galleries Tower High Risers, they're looking to stop a 2-game slide after suffering back-to-back losses. And with that, as we open set number 1, the sticks are clear for both teams because PLDT enters with momentum. And again, as I said, Galleries Tower entering with this sense of urgency.
Yeah, just to mention the previous games. So PLD high-speed hitters have won 2 since losing to Signal. But in 5 sets, Zeus and Farm Fresh. That's why we're saying it. You can never say that it's going to be straight sets or 4 sets. Everything could go with the distance. And Galleries lost their last two, like you said, to Chocomucho and Creamline. But that was after they upset next sled. So anything can really happen.
You know what, you're right, Noreen, because Galleries Tower has been competitive even in their losses against our league's toughest opponents. So you see them playing with this sense of emergency, knowing that their margin for error now is getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, I think one of the key additions of Galleries really is to tap Aiza Maizo Pontillas because, you know, she really brings experience and a sort of calmness to the Galleries Towers. That's why, I mean, you're just excited for future conferences as everything gets better.
Malaluan.
You're right on that. We are live here. Thank you for watching us on the Filipinas Live app. We are here in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City, and the score is currently 2-1 with Malaluan on deck.
That's a good pass.
This is going to be a chance for the high-speed hitters and the likes of Reyes. What a save there by Galleries Tower High Risers. Now for Kiana D. Maizo Pontillas gets that. Erica tries.
Deloria turned back by Reyes and D.
Turn back here by Reyes. Another point for the PLDT high-speed hitters.
Yeah, it has been mentioned earlier by Kyla, no, during our on top of the coverage that PLDT, we know offense is there, but the great defense. Kiana D with 5 blocks, and then if the ball passes the blockers, you have Catarado with 29 digs. So if you're Galleries, you have to know that if they are in front, you need to cover.
And there you have it, Davidson with her first point of the game.
Now, looking to score at least 30 points every game, Savvy Davison gets right to work.
Imagine erupting for a conference high of 32 points.
And that's at the highest.
Yes. From the pipe. Tuloy ang laban here. Kiana D cross. Contained. Again, Coronel having her own attacks here for Galleries Tower.
Well, she had 6 points in that last game. You know, a couple of aces, and you know that she likes to dump that ball when she can. But it's actually where she dumped it, right in between Kiana D and Kim Fajardo.
And she talked about it a while ago in the Ranked feature that she wants to make use of her height and speed as well. So not just the playmaking, but also on the wings. Gonna be back-to-back points here for team captain here on the side of Galleries. Again, she is going to give our toughest opponents also a hard time.
Yeah, especially if she's a front liner, right? I mean, she has that. She can dump it. She can set it over. So, yeah, I mean, so every time she's there, it's like your opponents are always thinking twice.
Ball continues forth here.
Pascual with a cross-court kill.
Pascual with her first point of the game here.
Yeah, I mean, because Juju Coronel has been dumping it, you see that she got the block when it was close to the net. Savvy Davison went up to block, so that pretty much left 2 blockers. Whoa!
Davison.
Right at that campfire
block.
there for Savvy Davison.
5, serving 4.
Well, the blockers of Galleries, they have to be ready for Savvy Davison. You gotta close.
Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Yeah, you can see that slow-mo. Rosel Baliton was late to cover.
Juju chooses Baliton by the middle. Davison again.
Down the line. Davison.
Down the line.
6,
Getting her
serving
third
4.
point early on. It's just been a couple of minutes here for set number 1.
That's how quick Savvy Davison can score.
Reyes.
And that's why she reaches an average of
30.
30.
That goes long.
Gonna give it away
and
here.
High-risers get a
Gonna be a free
point.
points for the high risers.
Well, let's see if Galleries
Rosel
can
Baliton
actually
with the
string up a
serve.
couple of points here.
And you know, talking about Savvy Davison and her average 30-point games, how important is it for PLDT to continue getting that support around her?
That's normal, the
Gotcha,
support,
says
really,
Balon
because
to Deloria.
I think everybody, they embrace their roles already. Na Savvy Davison's gonna be our top scorer, our first option. So the rest are just ready, and I'll defend while waiting for my set.
Serving for PLDT.
You know, coming into this conference, a lot of the challenges for the pro teams now is balanced scoring. So we're excited to see how our playmakers orchestrated here on the different attackers, on the wings and in the middle. Ball game continues here. Juju will choose Gale again.
That's an overset by Versosa. First technical timeout.
First technical timeout up by 3, PLDT.
5, Galleries Tower.
Welcome back to the PVL. We are currently in the first set and you are watching the PLDT high-speed hitters and the Galleries Tower high risers. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the toughest matches reveal the most about the squad. The ugly truth, the things that still have to be addressed. And PLDT believes that their first 5-setter of the conference did exactly that. Savvy Davison told me that last Thursday's battle showed just how much this team trusts each other to get the job done. Even when points slipped away, nobody panicked, no one tensed up, everyone had each other's back. That type of bond has carried them through 2 straight wins since their loss to Signal. And tonight, Savvy says the plan is simple. Hit the ground running. The high-speed hitters want a sharp, confident start that sets a tone and puts Galleries Tower high risers on their heels from the very first serve. Alexis and Noreen.
Solid report there, Kyla, for the high-speed hitters. And like what she said, you have to go through fire to be able to have this sort of veteranship inside the pro courts.
Yeah, but you know, for me, PLDT, they're looking good because they're pretty much an intact team. The other teams, a lot of player movements, a lot of adjustments,
shot.
but we're hoping that
Davison.
throughout this conference, you're gonna see the other teams, you know, get their wins. Like Galleries, because PLDT, they're like pretty stable.
Definitely with that core team advantage here for over the years and over the seasons. It's been intact here for PLDT high-speed hitters. Now back set to Maizo Puntillas,
Outside shot. Continues.
and that's out for Aiza.
Yeah, wasted the
9-7.
opportunity because she did see that huge hole in zone 5, but just too much side action. You know, her wrist,
For the high-speed hitters.
they'll cut there.
9 serving 7. We're going to
Ball is
have an
out.
exchange of 3 points
3
here on
points
both
for
sides of the
Galleries
court. But
Tower.
again, if you do not want to play catch-up with a team that has been
Gail
winning
Pascual
for
serving.
the past 2 games, their margin of error is getting smaller and smaller here on the side of Galleries.
A slide by Baron.
And that's going to be
10
the second point of Baron now with a slide.
When you can see Fajardo is really distributing the ball pretty well. But Galleries, I think it's very important for them to have this mindset of we're here to compete, we're in it to win it. So we have to fight for every point.
Deloya, well read by Reyes. 11.
Again, Reyes has been formidable here by the net.
Yeah, the blocking of PLDT working, whether it be Kiana D, Baron, Reyes. That's why we're saying Galleries has to know that.
Pontillas breaks the block.
And just like Maizo Pontillas, you know, Kyla Kingsu has been talking about the solid line of defense of PLDT, and Galleries indeed has to break through it. And like what you said a while ago, Aiza Maizo could lead the pack.
With all her experience, she is legend.
Assist with 12 points last match. Running, coming from Mika Reyes. There you have it, back-to-back points here.
Pushes it
Coming
over.
from
10
Aiza
to
Maizo
11.
Pontillas.
She may be a veteran, but you can never count her out with her experience. She knows how to use her upper body strength. Now, and she pushes it and wins that joust against Malaluan.
Fajardo scores with her attack.
Sneaky.
12.
That's the word, sneaky.
Take a look at this sneaky 1-2 play.
PLDT.
Nobody home. She just like caught everybody flat-footed there.
Juju. Now Baleton will get activated by Coronel.
Quick attack.
We'll need more of her here if they want to go toe-to-toe here against PLDT.
Yeah, and given that PLDT's blocking well, you need to really run the middles. So you pretty much spread the blockers of your opponents.
Malaluan will play setter for Savvy from the
Davidson
pipe.
off the hand of Baliton.
Gets that off the hand of Baliton now on her first point.
And she's making it look so easy, right? I mean, that was such a broken play, out of system play. You gotta see this. Okay, I'm just gonna go up, hit the blockers, and get the point.
And as we're covering here live here in the arena, you usually see intensity, right? But with the way PLDT is playing, they're so light-footed as of the moment, but producing these so much points.
Yeah, I mean, look, overpass. I mean, Galleries. We always have to mention that Galleries needs to know the strength of the opponent, right? Because like that overpass, you cannot be giving Savvy Davison a free ball.
There's a net touch.
Net touch here, caused by
Called on the high-speed
PLDT.
hitters. 12 to 14.
Gonna switch up the possession. We have Erica Deloria here on deck. 12
Erica
serving
Deloria.
14. It's not that big of a lead here. Working it out with 2 points beneath.
Good serve.
Kiana D contained. Chance here again for Gale with a drop. Red. Kiana D again. Scores down
dig.
the line. Still saved. Fires it away.
Deloya
In it.
finds the
Corner
spot.
pocket.
Well, she was mentioned at the top of the coverage, and together with Assis, these are the actually go-to players for offense for Galleries. That's a great placement shot. Nobody there to man that pocket.
You talked about the lead now, which is a single-point game. Calf will choose Davison. Cross. Oh!
Davison off the block.
Off the block.
15.
Gets that one for PLDT. Now on top again by 2.
See the way she adjusted. Look at the slow-mo. It's like, okay, I went up. Okay, let me wait till I'm comfortable with that contact point with the ball. Boy, she is piling up the points here, huh?
Coronel. Easy activation there by the middle. That's going to be the second point of Baliton. Now talking about Davison, 6 points already here early on this set number 1.
Yeah, as you were saying that, I mean, we did say Galleries, you need to run the middles, and that has been a good connection, no? Coronel and Baliton.
Arado will pop it up high for Savvy again.
Off the hand of Pontillas.
Off the hands
Davison
of
scores.
Pontillas. That's going to be her
Second
7th
technical timeout,
point.
16.
Hot hands
PLDT.
here. Fast technical timeout.
Galleries foul.
PLDT up by 2. You are watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2026. And again, we are in a frantic race into the top 4. And PLDT is knocking at the door of top 4 here as of the moment. Again, with a 2-game winning streak. They want to take this home. But again, halting them here is the Galleries Tower High Risers.
Yeah, PLDT is currently at 5-1. And you know they're looking good. They want to make it to the top 4. Galleries, we did say earlier that they still have an outside chance of making it to the top 4.
Pascual turned back by Baron. 17.
Pascual getting turned back by Baron here for her third kill block.
Yeah, really, the net defense of PLDT on point here.
Coronel. Assist activated here on the side of Galleries. Gonna be another chance here for Gale, but that's gonna sail out.
By Pascual.
They're asking for a check, but ball game continues. Oh, yes, you're gonna have this challenge.
Galleries Tower for
Yeah,
a
but
block
Fajardo
touch.
is
The
sticking
challenge
by
block touch by Galleries
what she said, that
Tower.
she didn't touch it. But then that's a better execution for me for Galleries because they've been going cross. When you have blockers like Majoy Baron and Mika Reyes, you know, they have very good blockers. So their blocking has been good. You want to go down the line.
No visible block touch here for our first challenge of set number 1. Successful challenge here for Coach Ayeng.
Yeah, and when you look at the slow-mo, it actually sayang because the block was slow. You saw late, you know, Fajardo's hands like came up after the contact. So it should have been a line shot. So you just need to snap that wrist.
And currently, the Galleries Tower High Risers are starting to pull away in terms of points. Now it's a 5-point cushion for the high-speed hitters. Coronel will throw it out to Pascual. Chance here for Davison with that drop. Still works. Now, any kind of attack that she puts on here, it's been efficient. Now, Coach Ayeng will call for time for the Galleries Tower.
Practice naman natin kung ano yung gagawin dito. Bakit ganyan ang galaw natin ngayon? Diba? Nagda-drop ko yung gagawin. I-attempt lang nangyate. Bangat sa makuha lang natin na makuha. Kaso ginagawa natin, nanonood tayo ngayon. Diba? Mindset lang. Ready nyo lang yung sarili nyo. Then yung atake ulit. Call out lang para naka-ready lahat. Call out lang para naka-ready lahat.
On your screens, of course, we have our Flying Titans ready to battle it out later tonight against the Farm Fresh Foxies. Now, again, an early wake-up call coming from Coach Ayeng as they're pulling away here with a 6-point deficit against PLDT. And sabi nga, pinag-aralan naman nila. Now, the translation is challenged here on the court.
Yeah, it is frustrating for Coach Clarence Esteban because he said, you practice it, you just have to attempt, you know. The ball falling and nobody attempting is really frustrating for a coach.
A slide by Asis.
And good wake-up call now.
15
Asis
to 20.
breaking down that 5-0 run from PLDT.
That's a great set. That's a great connection. Asis is one of the main weapons of Galleries.
And a point for PLDT.
Another point here boosted up for PLDT. Now they're 3 points away from grappling this set number 1 as fast as they could. Now Galleries Tower has to lock in for these next sequences in the likes of Pascual. Now finally
Asis.
it works here for Asis. That's going to be back-to-back points for her from the side and now from the front.
Yeah, better passing there, so they're able to go to the middles.
11 out, 16. Alcantara in. 9 out, 18. De Leon in.
Have Jessie De Leon seeing first-time action here for Coach Ralph Ricafort.
Gail Pascual.
Yeah, double
serving for
substitution with
Galleries
Alcantara.
16 serving 22. Chance here for De Leon with that
Rocks
drop.
off.
Still
De Leon.
works.
Scores
What
her
can you
first
say
point.
about the frontline defense of Galleries Tower right now?
It's not the frontline defense, it's really the coverage, you know.
Get out.
You can see the blockers attempt, but nobody there to get the drop. So exactly what Coach Stefan was saying, you need to attempt. You can't just be watching. It's the mindset. You have to be ready. You have to like put it in your mind that you're gonna move.
Can they gear it up? Take a look at this. That's going to be 3 consecutive points coming from Jean Assis, leading the pack by example. Like what you said, they got to go aggressive here, and Jean's been the one to lead here for the Galleries.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the fight with Jean Assis.
Locked in, but again, gonna give away 2 service errors for the past few sequences. It's now costly because PLDT is now at set point.
Yeah. And when you're chasing, you really don't want to see these service errors because you need to be scoring points, not giving points.
Almost, but not quite.
Well, they get it right back.
To 24.
See if they can make a run here, some way, somehow.
Aiza Pontillas. Serving for
To the
Galleries
guidance
Tower.
of Aiza Maizo Pontillas. PLDT at set point.
Alcantara.
And again, that drop ball now coming from Alcantara, who has fresh legs for Coach Ralph. Definitely good. Shuffling of cards here for the last sequences of set number 1. And as easy as that, PLDT strengthening its hold in the standings for set number 1. Now let's take a look at our scores here for our first match for this Wednesday. Set number 1, 25-18, PLDT still dominating through. We'll be back with set 2 action here on the PVL. You're still watching the heart of volleyball in our set number 1, PLDT 25 with Galleries to 18. A competitive show of dominance. Really hungry to get another win under the column. We have a PLDT highlighting our set 1 highlights.
Yeah, I mean, for PLDT, it was just like another day in the office. Nothing spectacular. They just used their strength, which is what? Their net defense. And then, Tatarado manning the back. Pretty much Kim Fajardo had a field day in setting Xavi, setting, let's say, Mika Reyes, whoever, you know, because they're so relaxed, they're so like at ease coming into this game. I think it is Galleries who needs to change their mindset and try to program themselves that we're better than this, you know. We beat Nexled when people said Nexled was one of the stronger teams at that time. And let's look at the numbers. Attacks is just by 1. We talked about the strength, blocking of PLDT, but I feel really, that's why the air is not too much. They just can't seem to get those drop balls. That has been the weakness in set number 1. They need to start moving, need to start talking, need to start enjoying, because I really feel that they're so much better than the first set.
You're right on that. Now, you know, PLDT has been effective both offensively and defensively. Would you say this kind of balance is hard to beat, especially with the newer teams?
They will have their work cut out for them. It is hard, but you want to see like Galleries, have to increase the energy, the intensity. You gotta,
Number 10, G.
you gotta, if you're Coach Clark, you just want to hit everyone. Wake up, wake up!
Galleries Tower. Again, we're talking about that drop balls, and it's not coming from just one player. Everybody here on the court, on the side of PLDT, even from Alcantara entering the last minutes of the game, we have her drop balls not being read here by Galleries Tower. Let's see if they can recover faster here and more efficiently for this second set if they want to extend this match.
Yeah, they have to work on their defense, really. That should be goal number 1.
Service, Reyes.
They'll be on the service line as well. Mika Reyes.
That's a better pass.
Coronel Tomaizo. Contained. Another chance here for Aiza. Reyes will pop it up high for Savvy with another drop. Now red.
Pontillas
Getting that
finds the
corner pocket. Working well here for Galleries. Of course, our veteran, Pontillas.
Yeah, you see the difference it makes. They were reading the balls, they were moving their legs, better execution. Then you have Maiza Pontillas just finding that hole. So that's what you want to see, them defending.
What a one-handed save by Maizo Pontillas, keeping the game alive. Davison. Now that's the defense we're looking for coming from Galleries Tower. Still contained here. Long rally alert. Who will end this? Everybody here on their toes. Well-earned point here for Galleries Tower.
And taking a page off of PLDT's book by just dropping and reading the defense. Well, so far, the last 2 points, the last 2 rallies has been okay for Galleries. You want them to continue.
Off the net and out. High risers at the lead.
Now they can bank on this. That's a 3-0 run for the Galleries Tower High Risers.
Yeah, and if you're Galleries, you can sense that because PLDT won pretty easily in the first set, they're kind of lax now. This is where you take advantage. This is where you try to push and pounce.
Cross-court kill.
We're talking about pouncing. We have Kiana D aggressive there by the wings.
Yeah, they need to expect that because Kim Fajardo is really gonna try to give the others a bit sets. Savvy Davison will still get majority.
Deloria. The combination.
Deloria with that corner pocket. Now we have a storyline coming from Kyla Kingsu. What do you got for us, Kyla?
Alexis and Noreen, we're just a set into this game, and at this point, the adjustments and the identities and the system that these teams talked me about in the pregame are already coming into focus. For PLDT in the pregame, really emphasized on their defense, and at this point, it isn't just their strategy, it's their signature. Sabi nga ni Kath Arado, they take pride in making their opponents earn every single point. In her words, we have to find new ways every single game to challenge our competitors. We lose when we stop leveling up, and we need to keep anchoring a blocking presence that's hard to crack. Galleries Tower, on the other hand, has a different signature, and that's resilience. Despite the recent losses ng Aiza, Maiza Pontillas says that the team refuses to back down and believes that they can compete at this level, leading on to their sheer fight. And that's exactly the clash we're seeing tonight. It's a matchup of discipline versus grit. Alexis and Noreen.
Thank you very much for that solid report, Kyla. Imagine being at the peak of your veteranship that you decide to challenge your opponents with different kinds of plays for PLDT. Now on the side of Galleries, again, every game is a learning curve. Now, we're at a deadlock here at 5. Closer fight here for set number 2.
Yeah, it is a better set for Galleries.
Arado will pop it up high. Now for Alea. Getting that one for the team here. That's going to be her second point of the match.
Yeah, hitting it off the blockers. Yeah, with the hands of Coronel.
Baron with 5 points already. Reverse set here to Asis.
Asis, cross-court slide. 6-all.
Getting more aggressive here for Galleries.
Yeah, they call a net violation. There, yeah.
team captain, Julia
Called
Coronel.
on Aliyah Malaluan.
For the high risers.
We're tied at 6 here for set number 2. CAF will choose Malaluan again. Oh!
Quick reaction by Reyes.
And a quick answer coming from Mika Reyes.
That was quick thinking from Mika Reyes. It was actually very near the net. Perfect time for that put away. And she did just that.
Serving for PLDT.
Coronel. Now from the pipe.
Pascual
And a work
White
for
off the
Pascual.
block.
Finally.
7-all.
Yeah, combination play. You can actually feel that for Galleries, their confidence level is
Pascual
building.
Serving.
And that's what you want to see.
Galleries
You want to
power.
fight.
They're slowly but steadily fueling up. Let's see how they can help PLDT. No second ball for Coronel.
First technical timeout. 8 PLDT.
First technical timeout. PLDT now up just by a single point. UAAP Season 88 volleyball is in full swing. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on the UAAP Varsity channel and on One Sports, because legends start here. Currently, after the first technical timeout here in set number 2, we're seeing a stronger and more resilient Galleries Tower High Risers.
Yeah, but we want to see Galleries play this way throughout the set. You know, it's already a good start for you after going down in the first set. You want to see a better fight back here in the second set.
See if they can continue this. Oh, Deloria making one for the team again. Now on her 5th point. Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
Yeah, that's a better angle because you're hitting against Mika Reyes and Kim D.
3-point for PLDT.
Yeah, but yeah, service errors. They're really gonna come back and bite you.
Mika Reyes with 5 points already here, just a 1-point game. Juju will choose Erica again. Gaff to Savvy. High cross.
Over the block.
Well, Baliton was there. It's just that Savvy was able to dodge the blockers with a tough angle. Yeah, but look at the technique. They have to push. They have to penetrate that net.
2-point game. Reverse set to Maizo. Answers back here for Galleries.
That's why she's there. You know, she can still play alongside the youngsters. Yeah, one-on-one. Great set.
Calf. That's technically a battle of the Playmakers with that last sequence.
And Coronel has been successful with those dumps.
Again, a closer game than ever, tied at 10. Coronel. Ooh, speedier game here. Now, Galleries Tower slowly controlling the pace with the leadership of Juju Coronel. Baliton activated yet again.
And they grab the lead.
Can they hold on to the lead? Davison drops it.
Davison.
Still not covered.
11-all.
Davison just playing it smart. Still attacking the weakness. Challenging. See that center there.
Like a field day. 11 points already here. Calf We'll send it over to Davison again. Read by Maiso Puntillas. Erica, all power.
Galoria gets a ball touch.
Gets a ball touch here.
2-11.
Well, you appreciate the attitude of Doloria. Those are the players you want in your teaming. Just setter, she's just gonna give it her all.
Like what you said,
Erica
giving and
Deloria.
giving and giving here on the side of Erica Deloria. We have 6 points for her. Now talk about the balance scoring and the playmaking of Coronel. We have 4 points each for Asis and Puntillas. 3 points each for Coronel, Pascual, Baleton, and 6 for Deloria. Everybody having the same scores.
Obviously, Coronel trying to get contributions from the team. It is a team effort.
Cutting down that 2-point lead into a single point game as of the moment. Now PLDT is 12, serving 13 here at our closer set number 2. Davison is now at the service line.
Good pass.
Coronel now to Gale. Contained and blocked by the towers of PLDT. Second attempt gets it through the blockers.
Yeah, that's a smart set.
For another 14-12.
Pascual has been also like Gloria. Has been scoring. Look at that. It's finding that small hole in the blockers. That gap.
Deloria having the hot hands here for Galleries. 14 serving 12. Malaluan cross. That's out.
Malaluan too wide.
Are we gonna have a timeout
There's a
called
timeout
by
from
Coach
PLDT.
Raul Ricafort?
Kasi yung balikan na nakadipas, kay keeper din nadaan talaga. Huwag ka na magpaiwan sa mga kaya ng depensa. Isa pa? Go, go, go! Go, 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 go!
Ability.
Now, the tables have turned. Galleries Tower enjoying this 3-point lead. It may not be that big of a lead, but they are going to try to hold on to this because, again, they are in an urgent mode.
Now, PLDT, you want to be careful with your errors. A couple of miscue.
Malaluan goes down the line. 13.
That's gotta hurt, you know.
You see the face of Coach
Joy
Clarence.
Serving for PLDT.
Unsatisfied with that last sequence. Another wasted point. But we're gonna play on. Coronel.
Pascual.
Pascual having heated up here more than set number 1. Now for the second technical timeout. Finally, Galleries now on top by 3. Filipinas Live app, thank you for tuning in to us. Available for Filipinos everywhere now. If you've just tuned in, it's already the second set here. It's Galleries against PLDT. And just like what we said, Coronel and Maiso Puntillas and Deloria and the squad giving our veterans a hard time on the side of PLDT.
Yeah, it's a lot better. I mean, the second set, they're holding on to a 3-point lead. They have a full front row, so they want to keep charging forward. Also, especially when PLDT is committing some errors, you know.
Serving for
You gotta
Galleries.
take advantage. Not
3 points.
that way
for PLDT. Kim Fajardo for the
Again,
serve.
they got to minimize their errors. They had more errors by a single point in the first set. Coronel,
Passes turned back.
turned back here by
15,
Alea Walaluan.
16.
Again, coming from Collegiate, has been a solid addition to the core team in terms of defense.
Yeah.
Serves Fajardo.
I mean, the block of PLDT will try to make them grab the lead or retake the lead. Case in point.
A quick shot by Reyes.
We're going to
We're
have
tied at
that
16,
challenge
and
for
there's a
that pass
challenge
sequence from
Galleries
Mika
Tower
Reyes.
for reaching
Was
beyond
it
the
reaching
net.
beyond?
Challenge.
It looked
reaching
pretty
beyond the net.
clean. It's like the ball was in the airspace of the cape of the net. So we will see.
We have a reaching beyond the net challenge here called on Reyes for PLDT. Now again, high-speed hitters. Davison fired up 11 points. Scored that as calmly as possible. But they're reaching beyond. And no.
Yeah. You can see it's already at the middle part. You know, the ball.
Right clear in the airspace.
There's no reaching
Now
beyond the
followed
net.
by
The challenge
Reyes
is
with 6
unsuccessful
points.
for
Malaluan
Galleries
with
Tower.
5 together with Baron.
Kim Fajardo serving.
And then you will see the impact of that service error from Galleries. Right? It's now a tied game.
Malaluan off the hand.
Make that her
Ang
6th point, making her the second highest
First
scorer here.
timeout.
Now,
Galleries Tower.
we're going to have a timeout coming from Galleries Tower.
Depensa, kailangan natin kumuha ng kumuha eh. Binibilisan nila yung play, bilisan din natin yung galaw. Diba? Lalo pagka nagbalikan yung bola, balik sa base, hanapin ko sino yung blocker, tapos yun ang hanapin nyo. Okay? So yung sumugod ka doon, nakita mo ba si Babaon? O, di ba? Dapat kita mo na kayo doon. Kailangan makita natin kung ano yung nangyayari. Tsaka tayo mag-adjust. Okay? Let's go!
You're still watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference 2026. It's a single-point game. A while ago, Galleries Tower did their best to protect their 3-point lead. Now the tables have turned yet again. Now PLDT is up by 1. Coronel throws it up high for Gale. Now Kiana D
Down
with
the
a
line.
stronger
D.
attack down the line.
18 to 16.
Again, we will reiterate the errors that happened, right? They were enjoying a 3-point lead, then the service error, then here come PLDT. That's what we say. When you're playing against a strong team, you need to try to protect the lead when you get it.
Long rally ahead. Will Kiana D
Off the
do it
block.
2 times
D.
through? And she does.
19.
And with the surge from PLDT, you see Galleries, the defense stunned again. They're watching the balls. It has to be constant that you're
Fajardo.
reacting and you're defending.
Coronel now to Aiza Maizo Pontillas. Blocked. Another one. Bit of a scramble on the side of Galleries, but
Pascual
finally,
into the block.
Pascual gets that
17
off the
19.
block.
Yeah, that stops the run from PLDT.
A substitution.
And you can see also better coverage on the part of Galleries.
Now we have Shola Alvarez seeing first-time
Shola
action
Alvarez.
here for Coach Clarence
Serving.
Esteban.
The high risers.
17 serving 19 here for Galleries Tower. Good serve. Calf. Back set. Tokiana
dig.
still on fire. Pass it over to the other side. Chance here for the high-speed hitters. Good cover coming from Coronel.
Pontillas a little too wide.
A little too
20
wide
to
here for
17.
Maizo Pontillas, but good intentions on the side of Galleries.
Well, you got to commend Julia Coronel really trying to dig those balls, trying to keep the ball alive.
Aliyah Malaluan.
Yeah, but that's got to hurt. That hitting error.
As we call her, the top floor general of Galleries. 20 serving 17. Juju. More aggressive here coming from
Pass is
Jean.
rejected. 21.
No second ball there
17.
coming from that block. PLDT continues to surge forth here. 4 points away from getting set number 2. But again,
Timeout.
Coach Clarence will have a timeout for the high risers.
Galleries Tower. 21. PLDT.
Okay, pero kita-kita kasi iabot. Okay? Yung receive natin, wala tayong problema. Ang problema natin, yung coverage natin. Okay, malalaki yung kalaban natin, so kailangan natin sumagal sa coverage. Kung mabablock yung kasama natin, i-retrieve lang natin, tapos dahan-dahan, tsaka lang tayo atake ulit. Okay, yung support nyo sa kasama nyo, ituloy nyo ngayon ha.
Let's go!
And just like what Coach Clarence said, again, their main struggle as of the moment here is their coverage. So, because they are against high players.
Well, constant reminders now from Coach Clarence Esteban.
21 serving 17. Coronel now to Aiza.
Gotcha,
Still
says
contained
Reyes.
here again.
2
Solid, solid. Towering
22 to
defense
17.
here for PLDT. Whoever's by the net. Take a look at this. By Sabi and Mika Reyes.
Look at that hang time, really staying with that Aiza
Malaluan.
Pontilius hit. But you see PLDT, that's why they're good, because they play to their strength. When they need it, their net defense is there. That has been their strength. At least, let's talk about this game. Galleries, what is their weakness? Their coverage. They have been having all sorts of problems against the blocking of PLDT. That's what they need to address.
And you're right, looking at the set 1 statistics, the blocks were 4-0.
Yeah.
Gotta wrap it up here. Coronel and the squad together with Maiso Pontillas with an attempted drop. Davison, covered by Shola. Coronel will now choose Erica Deloria.
Oh, good save!
What a save. All over the floor here for Coronel. Long rally ahead. Now a chance for Savi to put it down.
Davison
Gets that
off
one
the
for the
block.
team as quickly as she could. Now 13 points for her.
But this was a great attempt here by Galleries. Look at that. Coronel just all over. But in the end, it is the offense of Savvy Davison. How many points now? 10, 11. Savvy Davison.
Savvy Davison, 13.
13!
Exploding points as of the moment. And Sheila May Quiseo seeing first-time action here for Coach Rald Ricafort now on their 23rd marker. Okay, good
serve.
receive. Deloria. Oh! Says not yet to PLDT.
Hand of Quiseo. 19.
Well, Deloria has been fighting ever since the first set.
Highest score as of the moment here with 7 points.
5. 14. Victoria in.
Well, more height for Galleries. They need some stops here. You bring in Victoria. Look at that Baliton Victoria
Serving for the
wall.
High Risers.
Best setter of NCAA here in the building. Kaf Fajardo will choose Savi with that drop. Now Deloria reads that. Victoria gets that one. That's going to be her first point of the match.
Called on PLDT.
Thoroughly needed.
Yeah,
This run for Galleries.
Instant offense.
Substitution.
Yeah, hitting off the high hand.
PLDT. 10 out. 13. Palomata in.
Shuffling of cards here for both coaches on both sides of the court. We have Del Palomata now here with height for PLDT.
Over!
Ball is in. And PLDT
Boy, that was
is now at
pretty
set
much a
one
lucky break for
advantage.
PLDT.
Getting the
Serving for
game
set
closer
11,
here.
Kiana
24 serving 20. Will this be the final point? Puzon will choose Deloria. Cross. Still a red here. Gonna be another chance here for Galleries to halt PLDT. And they
Victoria
do.
off the hand of
Instant
Dean.
offense coming from
21,
Victoria. 2
24.
points with fresh legs.
Substitution.
Well, let's see if they're going to start Victoria in set number 3.
9 out.
But
18, De Leon.
Galleries still in it.
Erica Deloria. Serving for Galleries Tower.
That's a good serve.
De Leon.
No
Make that a
entry,
solid
says
3-0
Alvarez to
run
De
for
Leon.
Galleries Tower.
22 to 24.
Getting closer. Can they extend this set? Everybody locked in here for Galleries Tower.
Timeout.
We're gonna have a timeout here called by Coach Ralph.
24, PLDT 22. Galleries Tower.
Sa balikan mo sila.
Boy, really a man of few words, huh? Coach Ralph. You know, that's why, Alexis, I like listening to the huddles. Because you see the different styles of the coaches, huh? Like, Coach Ralph is just, okay, 1, let's go, 2. Okay,
points
obviously
for
they
Galleries
talk a
Tower
lot
to tie
about
this set.
strategies and
Still at the
practice. So
service
during the
zone,
game, it's
number
just
17.
constant
Erica
little
Deloria.
short reminders.
And we have so many more animated coaches also coming from the other teams. Davison firing it away
Davison
for
ends the
that
set.
finale
PLDT
for set
25,
number 2.
22.
Yeah, Galleries had a mini run there, but not able to come through to force at least a 4th set. Well, they're down 2 sets to none.
With still such strength here in attacking and also, of course, net defense, PLDT continues to dominate 4th. Now our scores 25-18, 25-22. PLDT still on top and hungry to get this in a sweep. But again, Galleries still fighting back here at the PVL. You are still watching the heart of volleyball here, and as of the moment, 2 sets have already finished, and the PLDT high-speed hitters continues to dominate 4th, of course, in terms of veteranship, and it lacks composure here, given all their strength in net defense.
Yeah, for Galleries, for me, it was a better set. We saw better execution. They were moving better. But still, again, if you're playing against a team that has a 5-1 standing, it cannot be spurts. It has to be constant throughout the set. And we saw a bit of run there, but PLDT, you talked about them having a lot of veterans. Actually, they played to their strength, and again, they went back to their net defense. Look at some numbers there. PLDT still ahead in the blocking department. You know, when you look at the airs, not much airs. You know,
You're right.
4 and 5 respectively. But look at the attacks. Better, we did mention better execution from Galleries. You want to see it. But again, it starts with their defense, and they have to defend well from start to finish.
You're right on that, because we asked and we saw that they are getting more and more aggressive, especially with the tables turning here for set number 2. We were in a lot of deadlocks together with PLDT. Now, you were talking about this, the balanced scoring, the efficient orchestrating of our playmakers in the likes of course, Kath Fajardo with her veteran wingers and middle attackers, and also Julia Coronel in Galleries Tower.
Yeah, both setters playing well. You know, we have to give it to Fajardo. You see struggles in her movement, but when she sets, it's like watching her since she was in college. So, I mean, huge performance from Fajardo.
And you know, we love about it that, you know, Kyla actually got to talk to the playmakers herself before this match and got a feel of how they're actually leading the packs.
Yeah, well, these two are, you know, both LaSalle alumni, so they actually know each other's styles and tips and tricks really, really well. And I talked about to Kath, and she told me that from Julia's senior year to her last Filipina stint, and here in the PVL, the growth has really been immense. And on Julia's end, well, she grew up studying Kath and her little tricks, so that's why this game has been pretty interesting. Like you said, balanced scoring, and it's exciting to see how this will play out in third set.
We can actually call this the RDJ effect, coming from their collegiate eras. Thank you so much, Kyla Kingsu, for hanging out with us here by the front line. Now, ball game continues here. Pascual scores there, off the block for Galleries.
Well, to start the third set, we want to see more communication the side of Galleries. We want to see those 5 setters that, you know, they may have won some, they may have lost some, but we want to see the fight.
And again, they have been indeed fighting back again, a stronger set 2. And if you got to look at the statistics for set number 2, they were matched equally in the attacks. It was 16-16 for both PLDT and Galleries. Now again, just like what Noreen said, can they close it out now for their end game? Can they translate it, especially not just with their attacks, because it's now equally matched, but the coverage? Can they improve here for the third set?
But it's a great start from Galleries. You see that net defense. If they can get more blocks, that's going to change, you know, the complexion of PLDT's offense.
Fajardo to Davison.
Davison through the block. But the ball is
Oh,
out.
that's a hitting error. 4-0.
Too wide. Coach Ralph will call a time and try to halt this 4-0 run.
Gusto lang pasokan ng scene, pwede ka bigyan. Huwag ka na mag-assume ng isa. Dalawa yun. Pasa mo na, pasa mo na.
You know what, Noreen? I've been covering the Galleries Tower High Risers for quite some time now, and in every single game, especially when it's the third or the fourth set, they start to heat up and they start to get more composure under the chaos, more confidence. So let's see if they can keep this up, because that is what's needed, consistency on the side of their court.
For Galleries Tower, their team captain, number 5.
But that's one thing you want to work on. You don't want to be heating up on the third set. You want to be heating up on the first set.
Closer, and PLDT gets their first point.
Again, they do not want to play catch-up with PLDT right now, because they already have 2 sets to their name here. They can clean this in a sweep. So Galleries Tower continues to ramp it up together with that combination play. Fajardo now to Davison with that drop. Still efficient and productive. 16 points already for Savvy here.
And you're surprised? I mean, it is the third set. He talked about them heating up. And then again, Savvy Davison is just taking advantage of that hole in the middle.
And they improve their campfire here in the middle. D
Into the block.
every single time she's given a ball here, works here.
Well, I know it's still early, but again, they were ahead 4-0. Then the service error. And then look at the charge again of PLDT. They're just down by 1. That's what we mean by learning how to protect your lead. The error.
Right, Noreen, you've been talking about how impactful their service errors have been, changing the course of the entire set, especially in the latter part of set number 2, because again, they did have a solid run, reaching up to 22, while PLDT was on their 24th point. But again, costly errors.
Better coverage.
Deloria, cross. Arado will pop it up high for Savvy Davison. That's going to be another attack error, but are they going to challenge it for a block touch?
And there's a
yes, they will.
on the call by PLDT for a block touch. Block touch.
Yeah, they call a block touch challenge. But you know, for Galleries, what you like, you're seeing more aggressive net defense. You know, blocks. I think there's 2 already for Galleries. Oh, there is that middle finger.
Finally, successful challenge.
High-speed hitters, they score and they serve.
For Coach Rodrigo Fort. Now we continue with the game here. Single point match for serving 5. Make that 6-5, 6-4.
Ball is in.
As Kennedy gets that service ace, making that her 5th point of the match.
Yeah, that's what we talk. You know, when we talk about communication, you need to talk because that's not a hard serve, but they get an ace.
Back set to Maizo Pontillas. Puts it away. We have a net touch here.
Called on Pontillas. 6.
Yeah, I think on the way up. And don't look now, Alexis is already a 1-point lead for PLDT.
Service D.
Again, that was a 4-0 lead at the start. Can Deloria and the squad put it back in their favor?
Pontillas
Aiza Maizo scores that one for the team.
6-all.
I'm making up for that net error earlier.
Now, PVL fans, we are tied at 6.
Serving for Galleries.
If they can keep this deadlock and even lead, things can change here. We can extend. Crucial service ace here, making that the 8th point of Jean Assis. Again, she had 12 points last match. One of the powerful leaders here on the side of Galleries Tower. Much needed to redeem that net error.
Well, Galleries improving in different skills categories. Service and blocking.
Ball continues forth. Deloria for the 3rd time around. Saved by Malaluan. Savvy with that power. Unsavable by Coronel. That's going to be another hard-earned point coming from PLDT. Spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin, Pasalubong ng Bayan.
You know what we're noticing with Savvy Davison, at least in this match, she's not forcing the issue. If she feels the set is kind of far, I'm going to drop it. You know, I'm not going to force the issue.
Now first technical timeout. Galleries on top just by a single point.
Welcome back to the PVL. You're still watching the PLDT high-speed hitters and the Galleries Tower high risers, and we are currently in set number 3. As we near the end of this preliminary round, every point feels a little bit heavier. And for PLDT, they say that the pressure is there, but it is calculated. Kim Fajardo has always told me that they're thinking less about the ranks and numbers and more about building a rhythm, like stacking tiny wins into momentum that will push them all the way to the finish line. Galleries Tower, by contrast, is playing the mental chess game differently. Julia Coronel leading here, sending a single message to the team. Confidence is our weapon. Even trailing in sets against stronger squads, they believe effort can flip the momentum, that grit can outmaneuver rankings. Like we say, it's a battle of character. Let's see how this plays out, Alexis and Noreen.
You know what, that's true, coming from Kyla Kingsu, because grit can outmaneuver the rankings as of the moment. We're saying that Galleries Tower, even if PLDT has a better chance at entering the top 4 right away, slim chances for Galleries, but it's not an ending yet because they have so much power to change the tides of the game, especially here in the last 2 weeks of the preliminary round.
Yeah, and even if you don't make it to the top 4, you still have the play-in tournament. You know, it's like when we stress that, oh, they want to make it to top 4 if they don't.
Yeah.
There's still a chance.
You're right. PVL fans, we have seeding here for our teams. And everybody on the chase here inside the court as we go back to the play. Long rally alert. Put it up high. Fajardo will choose Malaluan.
Good cover.
Coronel put it up high from the pipe. Sails way too wide to the crowds here.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. That's a great exchange from both these teams, and then it ends in that hitting error. But I like the way Galleries is moving right now. Their coverage is working, so, well, it's a tied game.
Just like what Coach Clarence said, they did practice for this. They did train, and right now it's translating where it's most needed, when it's most needed, especially now at the third set. It's a do-or-die set for Galleries right now.
Man, look at that. Pascual just finding the hole there in the back court of PLDT.
Still saving this 1-point lead. Every serve is crucial for the Tower high risers. That's going to be another
Ball is out.
attack error now coming from PLDT. That's a 2-0 run coming from the high risers, protecting their lead here. And they have to if they want to extend this match.
Yeah, as we saw in the first 2 sets, PLDT is not without errors. You know, that's why we always say Galleries, they need to take advantage.
Malaluan rejected, but the block went
And
out. 10 to 11.
Well, that actually hit the blockers' hand, but sailed wide. But you like the challenge at the
you're
net.
right. I was going to say that their Galleries is giving them a taste of their medicine. But unfortunately, that sailed out. Let's see if they can continue for it. See more aggressive blocking and attacking coming from Asis and Coronel. But again, unfortunately, that ball sails out. But good intentions coming from Coronel and her squad.
Well, you know, given the opportunity, Coronel will go for those skills. You know, good attempt, but yeah, just the execution.
And you see them, you hear them here if you're watching live on the Pilipinas Live app. They are shouting at each other, talking, communicating, and that is what we've been waiting for here on the side of Galleries. Now, you see PLDT a while ago. Noreen, I told you how they were just light on their feet, a bit lax, a bit composed. Now they're on their feet running because Galleries Tower has been heating up.
In the third set.
You see PLDT in a scramble here, but again, one of the more composed players. Per usual, Mika Reyes getting that as easy as she could.
How many years have we been seeing this connection, the Fajardo-Mika Reyes?
You know what? It was actually on my algorithm on social media celebrating 10 years of Mika Reyes with her iconic blocks in college, connected to CAF, of course. Imagine 10 years.
I know. It's been... But it went by just so quickly. No?
You're right. 13 serving 12. Coronel. They'll choose Pascual. Covered. Now for D. Now Maizo Puntillas will try to put that away. Again, a little too wide. Lack of wrist action, but we're going to have a timeout here on the side of Coach Clarence.
Okay? Yung call out ulit doon sa kasama nyo, sa setter yun, nawawala na. So, hindi kayo nag-call out, ibig sabihin, hindi naka-ready. Okay? So, dapat, mas ano tayo, mas agresibo tayo ngayon. Bumaba ng tatlong yung score natin, puro error natin yun. Okay, less error lang tayo. So, hindi ganun kaganda, gawan lang muna ng paraan, huwag lang pilitin patayin. Okay, reset lang ulit, tapos i-ready natin yung sarili natin ulit sa atake. Wala tayong problema sa pasa, sa atake tayo nagkakaproblema.
I love how Coach Clarence Esteban gives out his instructions. It's so clear, like a manual. What to do, what not to do, what's the next step. And the Galleries Tower, of course, here, trying their best to recalibrate against PLDT because they were actually in the lead for the start of this set 3.
And again, the errors is what Coach Esteban did say. You know, you have to correct, minimize.
Again, their margin of error is reducing bit by bit here, especially now that we're at the latter half of set number 3. It's now 3 points up by PLDT. Can they change the tides of this match? Fajardo now to Savvy Davison.
And that's a good stop there for Galleries. Davison. Oh, great one-on-one. That was Puntillas.
Former teammates. They know how to read each other's moves. Fajardo. Baron activated here thoroughly for these past few sequences. Kiana with that drop. Fajardo will set it up high for Savvy. Now more power and that high angle. Adjusted it right then and there to get that 20th point. Now PLDT on the second technical timeout, up by 3. UAAP Season 88 Volleyball is in full swing. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on the UAAP Varsity channel and One Sports because legends start here. Now it's a 3-point game here with high-speed hitters on top. Really, really hungry to knock on that top 4 seed. We're going to continue here with Deloria. Fajardo. To Baron with that drop. Still works. And you see that celebratory dance coming from Majoy. It's because their composure has been winning over the grit of Galleries.
That's just a smart drop there. Majoy waited for the blocker to be on her way down. That's why they weren't able to control it. I think this is a good substitution. You need a spark off the bench.
Good cover coming from PLDT. Majoy being the lead here.
There's a net touch.
And they're gonna call a net touch on Baron.
14 to 17.
They're gonna challenge that call.
And there's a challenge from PLDT for a
for net fault.
Net fall. Challenge is net fault
She was so sure that she didn't.
And also, if you plead your case for that long, chances are your coach will really challenge that call.
Both of them, even Fajardo supported her. Wala akong hinawakan here. She was also pointing to the upper side of the net. She's sorry, but she laughs here.
It belongs to
Look at Mika Reyes at the back. They're also laughing. How can you say you did not touch the net?
The whole team laughed. It's so funny.
to 17.
It's so light here when Baron and Dee is inside the court.
And it's funny because it wasn't just a slight touch.
Yeah,
Parang they
her whole
slid
hand
down the
actually
net.
dragged through the
Yeah.
net. And she was so confident that she
She
did it.
Serving for PLDT.
Well, case in point, when players say they don't feel it. Ah,
Solid service ace there.
19,
That's going to be
14.
the 21st point of Savvy Davison.
well, PLDT pulling away here. That's why right, when we say Galleries has got to play at a certain level the entire set.
You're right.
PLDT will just take advantage if you lapse.
Can't just be a deadlock at the start of the set. Again, they had a run.
Pontilias cross-court drop.
Playing catch-up,
15
reaching 22
to 19.
points in comparison to PLDT's 24. Let's see if they can do this here. It's a 4-point game as of the moment, a 4-point cushion for PLDT. Pontilias will take a backseat for now, and also Cornell. We have a double substitution on the side of Galleries. Let's see if a spark can be plugged here.
Serving.
Victoria, instant
Through the
offense
block.
every single time
16,
she's here
19.
inside the court.
Yeah, I was actually wondering if she was going to start set number 3 because of what, her impact in the end of set 2.
Every single time there's a timeout, she's the one who dances to the music. So
+1.
you also see her confidence coming in handy here for Galleries Tower. Now PLDT is on their 20th marker. We're going to have a substitution here. Again, we have Kiseo back inside for the service for PLDT. Now they're 5 points away from getting this other win as clean as possible. But again, Galleries Tower, they can maneuver a run. So let's see with these next plays. The Agas, single-handedly blocked there
Agas
by
denied.
Yaya Reyes.
21-16. Timeout. Riders.
We're gonna have a timeout here for Coach Clarence Esteban.
Dalawa eh, mamimili ka sa dalawa eh. Ibato mo ng konti sa dulo. Yung ano mo, kung saan ka may advantage, ano mo agad yung advantage dito sa may likuran mo. So, kailangan makita nila doon sa, wala namang problema yung pasa eh. Pero yung hatid mo lang ng dulo-dulo para mabigay mo ng mas, makatakin. Magandahin nyo lang yung set para matakin ng malakas yung kasama. Kasi dapat mag-opposite setting yun. Naka-advantage block agad sila doon.
And it all starts with one good
Following
pass.
this match, we will have
One good
the
serve.
Farfetch Foxys taking on
Battle is
the
not yet
Chocomucho
finished here for
Flying
Galleries
Titans.
Tower.
Stay with us. Sheila
Let's see
Kiseo
if they can
serving.
put in the persistence here against the PLDT high-speed hitters. Looking as hungry as ever, but Kiseo will sail that straight into
+1
the net.
for Galleries Tower.
Lucky break here for Galleries. Let's see if they can bank on this.
Well, they need
Erika
a desperate
Erika
run
Agas.
at this point.
Serving
Down 2,
for
down
the
4.
High
Down
Risers.
2 sets, down 4 points.
Good cover.
Yep.
Bit of a scramble. Malaluan down the line. Still saved. Good hustle coming from Galleries. Pass it over to the other side, just like what Coach Clarence said, if you're unsure of the ball. But that is going to work for
One to
PLDT
play.
now.
Fajardo.
On their 22nd marker here.
Well, she doesn't do that. We know that she can, but she's been, you know, making her teammates look good, right? She's been setting it. So, Galleries, they were caught unaware and surprised.
Even talking about this, balancing the outputs of all players inside the court, Kath and Coronel has been doing such great jobs at orchestrating the plays.
Victoria rejected by Malaluan.
Rejected here by the net, still formidable. That's going to be their 23rd marker, 2 points away. Can Galleries do something about this? Let's see here. Fajardo on the service line, 23 serving 17. Coronel will choose Victoria with that drop. And it's red. Another drop, exchange here. Victoria now stronger cross court. Red by Davison. Malaluan will try cross. Long rally alert. Miscommunication. Costly one at that. In the middle of Maliton, Puzon, Victoria. But they gotta have to move past that. And they're laughing it off. But that is so costly. PLDT now is at match point.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things for them to work on. You know, if you watch this game, I think it's more of their mindset first and foremost.
Put it up high for Victoria. More aggressive. It's needed. D gets that finale. Match point. And with that, we have our end of the game. And as speedily as they could, the high-speed hitters get another win under their belt.
Yeah, PLDT looking good. You know, it's not perfect, but they can afford, you know, some miscues here and there because they just know how to stay composed towards the end.
Taking this match in straight sets.
And with that impressive show of dominance, all sets through 25-18, 25-22, 25-17, even with the grit of the Galleries Tower High Risers, PLDT rises above. And we're going to get to talk to the player of the game when we return here on the PVL. A show of control, a show of confidence and composure. 25-18, 25-22, and 25-17. Now for our player of the game, no other than the orchestrator herself. She's with Kyla Kingsu.
Here with me is our player of the game, Kim Fajardo of the PLDT high-speed hitters with 15 excellent sets and 3 points. Big congratulations to you, Kim, and to your team. Now, first of all, from your first 5-setter of the conference to this pretty quick straight set win, ano yung naging pinaka-key factor or key adjustment na ginawa nyo para makamit yung panalo?
For us, we focus on ourselves talaga. Yun talaga yung unang-unang ginawa namin pagbalik kasi aside from recovery, talagang kailangan namin trabahuhin yung kung anong dapat namin gawin.
Kaf, thanks to your playmaking, lahat ay talagang nakakontribute sa panalong to. O anong masasabi mo sa communication, sa trust, at sa energy ng team throughout the game on court?
Yung mga sinabi mo, key factor, kasi yun yung mga hindi natuturo. So I'm happy na lumitaw siya sa game. So sana magtuloy-tuloy yun.
Now we're nearing the end of this first round of the conference. Looking ahead, what are you anticipating or what is the team excited for?
Siyempre, pahirap na pahirap yung labanan. So, Sa akin lang, sana yung team namin mas maging okay yung chemistry and mas mag-gel pa and sana maging maayos pa yung mga results ng games namin.
Is there anyone you want to greet? Go ahead.
Hello sa family ko sa Batangas, sa lahat na nanonood sa Kalatagan. Thank you sa lahat ng suporta nyo. And sa PLDT management, also, Mice and Tita Madel. Thank you.
There you have it, Kim Fajardo, our player of the game. Congratulations once again to the PLDT high-speed hitters. Alexis and Irene, let's wrap this up.
Thank you very much, Kyla Kingsley. Congratulations to Ka Fajardo and, of course, for playmaking that led PLDT to another dominant sweep over the Galleries Tower High Risers. Let's take a look at the match highlights.
Yeah, we chose Fajardo because I guess her leadership really, she's so patient trying to make her teammates look really good. But you have to mention Savvy Davison with 21 big points, you know. That's actually not very good. 32 was her norm, her peg now, but she has been the constant. But I like the leadership really of Fajardo, and you heard her in that interview. They're still going to work on a lot of things, and hopefully they're going to bring it to maybe the Final Four, the finals, hopefully, and they want to take back the crown. Galleries, I think they don't have a chance now. No, I'm saying because their standings will be at 2 and 5, right? And 2 more games. So it's slim. I would say it's very, very slim. But again, you just have to learn. You know, you still have to play in tournament. You still have a chance. But the most important thing is you watch every game. You learn. You improve. You apply.
And regarding that trust and confidence in that interview in the player of the game, again, just like what Cap said, it can't be taught, it's developed after every single game. So let's take a look at the match statistics here. 75 to 57. Now 43 to 37 in terms of attacks.
Yeah, I mean, you see bright spots from Galleries. You see the blocks come to play in the third set, you know. But PLDT just dominated. And you know, for Galleries, when we say they don't have a chance to make it to the top 4, but they still have a chance in the play.
Right.
So it's the bigger picture, you know. Small goals, then medium goals, and then long-term goals. So yeah, I mean, they're an upcoming team, and you just want them to get better.
You're right, especially with the bright spots along the game, because